I tried to break my buddy out of jail using my military police credentials, and it actually worked for about a minute. This happened years ago when I was stationed stateside in the military. One night, my roommate and I discovered Jaeger bombs with a group of friends and kept drinking round after round until the early morning hours. My friend Marcus offered to drive us back to our off-base apartment, but we didn't make it far before getting pulled over. A car full of three 21-year-olds leaving a bar at 2 a.m. near a military base was obviously going to draw police attention. When the officer reached Marcus's window, it was immediately clear we were all drunk, which we admitted. Marcus failed the breathalyzer instantly and was cuffed and put in the back of the patrol car. The officer then told my roommate and me that if one of us could blow under the limit, we could drive Marcus's car home and save him the impound fees. We both tried and both failed miserably. Here's where it gets weird. The officer just left us with Marcus's car and the keys, then drove off with Marcus to book him. To this day, I have no idea why he left two drunk people with a vehicle. About 20 minutes later, my roommate and I came up with what seemed like a brilliant idea at the time. We were both military police officers and felt guilty that Marcus was in trouble for driving us around. So with absolutely zero judgment, we decided to drive his car back to our apartment ourselves, which was incredibly stupid but seemed logical in our drunken state. Somewhere between leaving the scene and getting home, we hatched the ultimate plan. We were going to break Marcus out of jail. Here's how our master plan unfolded. We returned Marcus's car to our apartment, brushed our teeth, popped in gum, shaved, and got into our military police uniforms with our duty belts to look official. I called my precinct's dispatch and asked them not to contact the jail Marcus was at. Every night, command would check local jails for military members in custody, but I knew the dispatcher on duty who owed me a favor. He agreed without asking questions. Then I called the jail directly, pretending to be from my command, asking if any military members were in custody. They confirmed Marcus was there, and when I asked if we could come take him into custody, they said yes. We switched to one of our own cars, gave ourselves a pep talk, and headed out around 4 a.m. The jail parking lot was completely empty when we arrived. We buzzed at the entrance, explained we were there to take custody of Marcus, and were told, okay. After 25 of the longest minutes of my life, a loud buzzer sounded, and the heavy metal door slid open. Two corrections officers appeared with Marcus in handcuffs. The look on his face was priceless, jaw dropped, pale as a ghost. I told the officers I'd put my own cuffs on him so they could take theirs back, even gave him a pat down to make it look official. Just like that, Marcus was in my custody. We thanked the officers and walked him across the parking lot toward our car, hearts pounding. That's when my roommate whispered urgently, "Don't get in the car, don't get in the car." I turned around to see the arresting officer standing behind us. While we were inside the jail, he had pulled into the lot to do paperwork and watched us walk Marcus out like it was nothing. He looked us dead in the eye and asked, "Aren't you two the passengers from the vehicle I pulled over tonight?" Our luck had completely run out. You can guess what happened next. We all went to jail. By 8 a.m., our command came to get us. Back at base, I was told to go home, pack my things, and prepare because this wasn't going to end well. The next day, I returned to base and didn't leave for 45 days until we deployed again. I was punished to the fullest extent of the Uniform Code of Military Justice and disappointed a lot of people I respected. The shame was real and lasting, but at the same time, I became infamous throughout the base. Word spread fast about the failed jailbreak, and for better or worse, it made us celebrities. People said we embodied loyalty and admired the audacity, even if the execution was completely insane. Thankfully, this didn't end my military career. I served out my enlistment honorably and never screwed up like that again. Looking back, it was crazy, reckless, and absolutely stupid, but it's also one of those wild stories that reminds me of the bonds we had as brothers in arms. The whole thing was a perfect storm of bad decisions, fueled by alcohol, guilt, and misplaced loyalty. We actually managed to break someone out of jail using nothing but military uniforms and confidence, which is both terrifying and impressive in hindsight. The fact that it worked, even for a minute, still amazes me.